Right.
They're not usurping authority like they accuse Jezebel of doing. Now, if you want to say Delilah, yeah, Delilah.
That's a different stuff. That's a different
That's a whole
subject.
different subject. Let me go ahead and go to Revelation 2:20 and kind of just to bring this around the context and kind of get into some opposites of this example, because there's plenty of examples in the scriptures concerning righteous women that need to be reconciled, because we're too quick to label our daughters of Zion, our sisters, our Kotis, Jezebel, and we need to cut this out. But when we look at Revelation 2:20, it says, notwithstanding, he's talking to the church of Thyatira.
Yes.
Notwithstanding, I have a few things against thee, because thou suffers that woman Jezebel, which calleth herself a prophetess. So we have women out here that are calling themselves women of the Most High, but they speaking lies. They coming against the truth of the word. But when you talk about, it says, notwithstanding, I have a few things against you, because thou suffers that woman Jezebel, which calleth herself a prophetess, to teach and to seduce my servants to commit fornication, or operating orgies, sexual debauchery, all of these other stuff that was going on in the church during that time, or in the called out assemblies during that time. It says to commit fornication and to eat meats, or things sacrificed to idols. So these do exist. Call them witches, whatever you want to call them. They blur the line. They come against the word of the Most High, and they don't necessarily have to be female, because we know some dudes that do that.
Yes, sir.
Right.
If the word in your house is do this, that, and the third, and they come and they speaking opposite of the word of the house, that's a Jezebel spirit. It can be a male or a female that's operating in this spirit. A lot of times, based on the graphic that our sister put up, our producer extraordinaire put up earlier, she posted that graphic. Dude said 7 out of 10 women operate in that spirit. That's a lie. But for
it is a lie.
They do exist. This is what Yahushua was talking about in Revelation 2:20. They exist.
Now, one thing I want to point out, in all the scriptures that we talked about, when people quickly label a female a Jezebel, because, not just the usurping of the authority, but because she dresses provocatively or she's doing anything like that. That's why I said this Jezebel label is a catch-all label for anything that somebody doesn't like when a female does. She has that Jezebel spirit, because, oh, look at how she's dressed. She has that Jezebel spirit, but look at how she acts. Look at how she walks. Look at how she's carrying herself. She's got all these children out of wedlock. She's got a Jezebel spirit.
That's what I have a problem with, because a lot of the sisters that were labeling Baal worship or Jezebel spirit, they're not operating in these practices of fornication and things of that nature that Jezebel was doing.
Right.
They're not usurping authority like they accuse Jezebel of doing. Now, if you want to say Delilah, yeah, Delilah.
That's a different stuff. That's a different subject.
Whole different subject.
That's a whole different subject.
This chick right here, if you want to say that she was an enabler, yeah, she was an enabler. But Delilah was after the source of the anointing.
Strength. Come on, man.
She was after the source of the strength. Jezebel wanted to shut up the voice of the prophet. She didn't want no truth to get out. But Delilah was after my power, my strength. No, stop. How can I get you disconnected from your God?
Salakia. She was one that had she mesmerized my man. She had him captivated. Remember, he was already going in unto her. So it was a soul tie already formed. So what she was using was that soul tie, and she was manipulating his feelings and emotions, having him up and down, because all the while she was really for her country, because she knew this woman, Delilah, was on assignment to Samson, because she was all the time wanting to kill him and kill the power of what? Yasharel. Kind of. We don't justify Samson's thing. Samson was already hooked. Delilah, what she did, she used her beauty and her manipulated his emotions and manipulated him by what she did. Sex was a big part of it, because he was already going in unto her. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we talk about with Delilah. Be careful.
And once again, with Delilah, she was also a woman of another nation. She did not really want the Most High to continue being the power source. She wanted that for herself. She wanted to make sure that the nation of Israel would collapse because Samson was that mighty man for Israel. He was that mighty man for Israel. If we can get this man, if we can take care of their champion, then we can rule them. And that's what she was. She was that one to be that bed, to do the pillow talk with, so she can get the information and take it back to her people, because that's what she was doing it for her people.